All right, you guys know we're in North Dakota, right? We pretty much have made that pretty clear.
Welcome back to the Matrix.
Hello and welcome back from the Matrix.
Fuck.
I'm JD.
I really fuck it up every time, don't I?
He's Y guy.
I'm Y guy.
I mean, he's Matt.
Where can I put this?
And we are the super fucked up bros.
All right, so last time we got the magic. I got the magic shield, which is not what I needed, actually.
Did we do that? I totally remember doing that.
You see the thing that says shield right there?
I don't...
So that costs 24 magic, and my magic isn't, it's at level 2 right now. And everything else is way more than that.
This is supposed to be Japanese media, not Marvel.
So I need the jump ability, not the...
When we first did this Let's Play, we probably did about 2 episodes worth of recording.
We were even younger than our brothers are now.
Yeah. And we
were in middle school.
We were in 8th grade.
No, we were... I think it was 7th. I think it was the summer of 7th and 8th.
Yeah, you're probably right. We definitely... We didn't do any other episodes because we just, like...
We didn't know. Like, I
didn't know how, man.
I edited that video on iMovie. And that was the only video I ever did on that.
Didn't you also do How to Get a Job on iMovie?
That was on my phone, though, because I knew how to edit by then.
Yeah, it was on your phone, but it was also iMovie.
It was iMovie, because it was
so
on my
we
phone.
have 2 videos that were edited
Okay,
on iMovie.
fair. But that one's actually worth the watch.
Parappa. Everybody's trying to get you to play
I already
Parappa
went
Rappa.
to Parappa Palace, I think.
Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah, he's Parappa rapping.
Parappa.
Okay, I think I need to go to the other... Oh, God. So I got the shield, but I didn't get the... Oh, I need to keep my eyes on the screen.
I don't think... I do not feel good right now.
Like, if we're going by the... we're gonna... I'm talking about the prequels. So if you had to rate...
Oh, yeah, bro.
If you had to rate the prequels, what would you give episode 1? We'll go through.
Episode 1 gets a number 3.
A 3? Are you... Don't kick...
Episode 3 gets a 3.
Have you... How long...
No. Episode 1 gets a 2. Episode 2 gets a 3. Episode 1 gets a 1.
What?
Episode 3 gets a 1, I mean. As in, episode 3 is number 1. It's first place.
No.
Episode 3...
1 out of 10.
Episode...
1 out of 10.
Oh my god,
We're not rating which Star Wars is the best. We're rating them on movies.
Okay.
Because I think... Okay, so you know how...
Episode 1 gets a 3.
A fucking
Episode
3?
2 gets a 1. And episode 3 gets a 7.
That's ridiculous. How long ago have you seen these movies?
I have probably not finished episode 2 in recent memory, and episode 1 I've seen a long time ago.
Okay, so do you remember the time when we were watching episode 2 and we were both like, wow, this is so fucking
We hated
boring.
it, yes.
It's only boring because of how many times we've seen it. It's a
Hell no.
It's a
I don't
mystery
remember
movie.
how that movie goes.
Well, then you need to fucking rewatch it. We need to rewatch it. It's so fucking good.
It sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Boring as fuck.
It's only boring because we know exactly what happens.
I don't know what happens in that movie.
You do.
It's boring.
It's Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
Obi-Wan, his entire fucking arc during that thing is him discovering and being a fucking like detective on finding out who created these clones that randomly appeared and why are they helping them. And they discover that the fucking reason that they're like by episode 3, they discover that the enemy has created these clones to fight this war. And they still continue to fucking fight the war. They don't bring it to the fucking Republic's like attention. They're like, we cannot let this out that we fucked up this bad. It's so good. Like that entire arc of the prequels is like the degradation of fucking the Republic.
The arc is good, but you gotta remember that
But watching the movie, you only find it boring because every scene you're like, oh, I know how this ends. Oh, the Kaminoans, they created the clones. Of course I know that. But a first watcher would be like, who are these weird people? They have clones ready? What?
I think most of the first watchers agreed with us.
No,
that it's
because
a bad movie.
no.
Hey guys, you might notice the mysterious cut there.
No. We probably cut before that.
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows? Editor.
Yeah, maybe none of your argument made it in. I get what you're saying. Like
that's
what
specifically
happens.
only for episode 2.
The problem
episode
is like
1 also is really good.
Episode 2 got bad reviews first time around.
So did every Star Wars.
Not true.
Yes, it is.
Star Wars
Look
1,
fucking back.
Star Wars 4, 5, and 6
4 is the only one that got
good
positive reviews. 5 also got shitty reviews. Fans loved it, obviously, and time has helped it.
But fans...
No.
The difference is fans don't like 1, 2, and 3. They don't like 1, 2, 3.
Only the fans that grew up and lived through the originals coming through. Like everyone that our generation is the prequel generation that can see through this. They can see through all of the internet hate that it's gotten in the past 10 years.
But they didn't get internet hate, man.
Yeah, they did.
Was before...
Have you ever seen fucking Red Letter Media's prequels reviews? That is one of the biggest things that
But people hated the movies right when they came out. They hated
because
them
they were adults.
immediately.
They were made for kids. They were made for us.
No,
the kids that were growing up with them.
Just because it's a kid movie doesn't mean it has to be bad.
It's not bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
They are bad.
No, they're not.
Everybody
they are 1,000 times better than any of the sequels.
People hated them right when they came out. They were bad. They hated the movies.
No.
They're not good movies.
What did I just get? Life?
They had such good concepts. And you're right. Like, the plots conceptually are amazing. But they're just not executed well. And
how are they not executed well?
There was. I remember this. I remember having this rant specifically. 18 or 19 years old. Specifically having this rant where I was just talking about how fucking boring it was. So unbearable. There's nothing.
Though.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you liking it.
Even
you can like it, but you have to understand most people don't like the movies, and it's not because it's made for kids or whatever. It's because they suck. They suck ass. They're not executed well. This plot could have been so amazing. The plot itself is really good, but it's not communicated well, and that's the problem. It's not good. They have long fights at the end with no dialogue, and those are generally considered the best scenes in the series. Is that
I think the best scene in the prequels is the fucking scene in between Anakin and Padme when they're both looking at the destruction of the fucking Jedi Temple, and it's cross-cutting in between them. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Where Anakin starts crying in the Jedi Temple, and he's like trying to fight in between if he should. Yeah. I meant to say when Mace Windu and he brought the Jedi to go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
That part.
I don't like that scene because.
Oh, what do you mean?
First of all, as a kid, I had no idea what was going on during that scene. Most viewers have no idea. They definitely
how it's
look. I understand. I agree. I know what that scene's about. I agree. Like, how do you not know? But you gotta understand. Most viewers have no fucking idea what's going on by that point because the movie has already lost their attention. Do you want to do the last shots?
Not yet.
Okay. Because the viewers have already lost their attention. That's over halfway through the movie. Viewers have already lost their attention by that point because there's just so much dialogue and there's nothing interesting happening.
Right before that, General Grievous dies and they have the Obi-Wan fight.
Exactly. And then after that...
so
after that,
Obi-Wan falls. They're like, oh my god, the clones just went against the Jedi. And... Oh no, that happens after.
No, that happens after. Yeah.
My bad. This scene happens right after Anakin pulls out his lightsaber and is like, you're the Sith Lord. And he's like, you should use my power.
Exactly. That's such a... It goes from a long dialogue scene... Really long. That's a really long scene. Really long dialogue scene to Nothing scene. Like nothing is going on. It's really slow. So it goes from one slow scene to another slow scene. It's not good.
No. So he leaves. He goes reports it to Mace Windu, and then he's like, Mace Windu tells him to stay in the Jedi Temple because he doesn't trust him. Because he knows that he has conflict in between.
No, that happens after Order 66.
No, because Mace Windu dies. And then Order 66 happens. He's already looking like a fucking ballsack by the time he does Order 66.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, you're right. No, but the point is that scene?
That scene is so good.
It's a good scene.
It is literally the most powerful scene in that movie.
I know. It's a good scene on its own.
No.
Yes,
it
on
is
its
literally
own.
the turning point when he's like,
yes,
fuck, I gotta go save my wife and join the dark side.
It is a good scene, right? But the problem is it's sandwiched between two really slow scenes. People do not. It literally seems more like a transition, and it shouldn't be.
It kind of is. It is literally a transition to him becoming Darth Vader. It is the first step.
No, I get it, but that means that attention should be drawn to it. But instead, it's treated like a break, right? Like a break between the action or a break between the dialogue. And that's how it's treated within the movie, in between the scenes that it happens. But it itself shouldn't be that way, and it should be a hugely powerful moment, right? But it's not treated like it's a powerful moment, and that's the problem. This is the whole problem. Like, people's attention spans are so much shorter.
I think you're thinking about it wrong. Like, not that you're thinking about it wrong.
I'm thinking about it in terms of
remembering it wrong.
I'm not though. I love that movie. That was the only Star Wars movie I had for years. Literally, I didn't have the original trilogy, and all I could watch when I wanted to watch Star Wars was that movie. So I watched it all the time.
But so you're saying the transition is because before that,
I'm saying it feels like it's just a transition. Like it might as well be like one of those Disney Channel scenes where they just draw a Mickey Mouse. You know what I mean?
No, because I don't think you're remembering the scene right.
That's how it's treated. I'm remembering the scene vividly right now. Where it goes like,
we gotta watch these. We gotta rewatch these.
Ooh. That's the soundtrack. I remember that.
Most of the soundtrack is that.
Yeah, it is. But that is specifically what's happening. The whole prequel trilogy, the main problem is an editing issue. It's not edited well.
How the fuck is it not
the
edited?
Scenes aren't spliced together properly, and it's done so in such a way that it loses most people's attention span, and that's the problem. Attention span needs to be factored in when you're executing a movie, when you're editing it, because you need to make sure that people are still paying attention.
But
this is the way like Avatar 2 does really well. Because Avatar 2, I was paying attention the whole time. It never loses my attention. When I watch Star Wars Episode 3, even today, even as an adult, I still have trouble paying attention. I still have trouble ascertaining what exactly is happening at this precise moment.
In which movie?
In Episode 3. Because it's just like, it's just not...
pretty simple.
It's not paced well. It's simple, but it's not paced well. It's not edited well. The scenes aren't put together properly. It's all an editing issue, right? Like they have all these beautiful scenes filmed, but they put them together in such a way that they can't retain people's attention span. And that's what people don't like about the movie. They realize, oh, wow, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. And then they're lost. They don't know what's happening at that point. Because it's so hard once you've lost what's going on. Episode 3 does this better, where like you can kind of like pick it up after the point. But the first two, once you get lost, you have no idea what's going on after that, and you have to start the movie over. That's part of what's so boring about it, is because
which part does that happen in 1 or 2?
So in 1, I think most people are lost by like the point that they're finding Anakin for the first time. Like. They're
lost that they didn't have enough fuel to reach where they could, so they landed on a planet that was right next to. How is that complex at all?
It's not complex.
They were like, "Fuck, we couldn't get to Washington D.C., so we went to Fargo."
No, it's not complex.
To go get gas.
It's not complex, but it's not communicated well. But like George Lucas is so much like, he treats every scene so formulaically, where he's like, exterior, interior closing. Just like a ship flying scene, and then the characters are suddenly at their destination, and then they talk, and then there's a...
Do you remember the opening scene of episode 2?
And then there's a soundtrack change, and then there's the opening scenes don't follow this, but they're some of the only scenes that don't follow this. There's a opening scene, or like an opening shot, exterior, and then there's a, you know, the main scene, which is interior, and it's just dialogue. It's usually just dialogue, as always in those films. And then it's an exit, some sort of exit, like an external, and then like a weird wiping transition from like Movie Maker, and then it goes to the next scene, which is another exterior.
The wiping is fucking from the classic like Flash Gordon and shit. That's what it comes from. Which is what he's fucking going for in the goddamn movie.
That doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's his intention doesn't mean his intention is any good.
But it works. You're trying to make this magical fantasy world. Not a sci-fi world, but a magical fantasy world. And you want to incorporate these things that clearly invoke the past representations of what you're doing. So wipes that are used throughout the originals and then also throughout the prequels.
But like,
establish this subconsciously.
The problem is you're making a film for people. And people don't get this. People don't know.
It's subconscious.
They know because people haven't seen Flash Gordon. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They don't get the references. So
the fact that somebody won't get a reference is why you shouldn't use it?
Yes, exactly. What? Because you're trying to.
It's not. You're trying to make referencing something. You're not trying to say, "Look, I stole this from the other thing." You're trying to evoke the same thing that it invoked on people that viewed it whenever that first happened. Can you agree? Like if I was trying to incorporate some kind of...
I gotta piss again. I'm sorry.
I also. We should probably... I don't even know how long this has been. It's been 40 minutes.
Okay, let me stop.
Should this be...
All right, guys. In a little bit, we're gonna see you...
We're gonna regroup, and this might not even be...
We're gonna keep arguing, so we'll see you in the Matrix.